everyone. Welcome back once again for utilization of electrical power course. We started with module 1, that is heating and welding process. In this session, we are going to discuss about arc heating. Let us start with a new topic, that is arc heating. Arc heating is the one of the popular method of heating. Now let us see the principle behind arc heating. When the voltage is applied between two electrodes separated by a small distance between the two electrodes. So let us consider my both the hands are electrode 1 and electrode 2, and these two electrodes are separated by a small distance having an air between these two electrodes. A stage is reached when air gets ionized and air acts like an conducting. Okay, so at a certain stage, what will happen? The air between these two electrodes will act like an conducting medium. Hence, a current flows between electrode 1 to the electrode 2 in the form of continuous spark. Okay, so a current will start to flow from electrode 1 to the electrode 2 in the form of arc. So that's why it is called as an what? Arc heating. In this is self-sustained discharge of electricity between two electrodes through air is known as electric arc. Hope the principle of electric arc heating is clear. So in arc heating, what we are going to do, we are going to utilize two electrodes and we are going to separate them. Between these two electrodes, there will be a air present. At certain period of time, what will happen? The air between these two electrodes will start conducting, will act like a conducting medium. So during that period, the spark will ignite between these two electrodes. So that spark, ignition of spark between these two electrodes is nothing but arc, electric arc. Now let us see the different types of arc heating. Once the arc is ignited between the two electrodes, the temperature will be in between 3000 to 3500 degrees Celsius. That too depending upon the material we are going to use for the electrode. There are two types of arc heating. One is direct arc heating, another one is indirect arc heating. Now let us study one by one these arc heatings. We'll start with direct arc heating. So this is the circuit diagram which is meant for direct arc heating. Here we considered a furnace over here, and whatever the charge we need to heat it up, so it is placed inside this chamber or inside this furnace, and we utilize two electrodes, and these two electrodes are given to some transformer to have the supply. So once the supply starts to flow through these electrodes, so the as we know, it works on the principle there is a gap between the electrode and the metal piece, that is a conducting medium. So this gap, now we are having an air at certain period of time, it will act like an insulator medium between the electrode and metal piece. But at certain time, what will happen? The spark will be ignited. The spark will be, yeah, the spark will be ignited between these metal pieces and electrode. So this kind of heating of charge is nothing but direct arc heating. Now let us see the process how the direct arc heating works. Okay, now let us see the process behind direct arc heating. So here we are having a furnace like this, and inside this chamber we are going to use charges, and the charges will be poured inside the chamber, and these are the electrodes which we are going to insert inside the furnace. Okay, so at a certain period of time, what is happening now? Arc is creating between the electrode and these charge. So due to that, what will happen? These metal pieces will melt now. So you can see from the visuals, it is clear the metal pieces are converted into the molten metal, and after getting the molten metal, we are going to remove the electrode from the furnace, and we are going to take out the molten metal in certain container. That container is nothing but the sag is provided over there. So sag is removed. Then what we are going to do? Yeah, we are going to pour the metal, molten metal in certain chamber. Okay, so this is once again it is explained here in direct arc heating. The arc is established between the charge and electrode. So, as we know, the heat is directly conducted to the charge through which the charge absorbs. Hence, this method is called as direct arc heating. This consists of carbon or graphite electrodes, so the electrode may be of carbon or graphite material. So in this way the direct arc heating works. The uses of direct arc heating. It is used for making the alloy steels like stainless and high speed steel. Composition can be controlled during the refine process, and the operating power factor of direct arc furnace is around 0.8 power factor, which is very good as compared to the other furnaces. The power factor is very good in case of direct arc furnace. Now let us move to the another kind of heating, that is indirect arc heating. So in this is the circuit diagram, or this is the figure which we are going to use for the indirect arc heating. So here once again we consider the furnace, and the charge to be heated, it is placed inside the chamber. But if you observe the electrodes are placed horizontally instead of vertical over here. See, the electrodes are placed horizontal instead of facing it vertical. Now let us see how exactly the indirect arc heating works. Okay, so this is the animation we are going to use. In indirect arc heating, once again, what furnace is taken, and inside that furnace we are going to pour the material to be heated. And here, see, in case of direct arc heating, it was inserted vertically, but in case of indirect arc, it is inserted horizontally. Once an arc is struck between the electrode, what is happening? It is transferred to the um, metal pieces, and the metal pieces will get heated up, which will turn into the molten metal. And after converting the metal pieces into the molten metal, so we are going to remove the electrodes, and we are going to take the sag out of from the furnace chamber, and then we are going to pour the molten metal inside some vessel. So this is how the indirect arc heating works. Indirect arc heating. Arc is formed between, as I told, the arc is formed between the two electrodes, and the heat is transferred to the charge by the means of radiation mode. And the temperature is lower as compared to the direct arc heating. And its operating power factor is around 0.85 lag. And it is used for melting non-ferrous metals. Due to the application of significant high voltages across air gap causes air. Thank you, and everyone. If you are having any doubt regarding direct arc and indirect arc heating, please feel free to comment on it. Thank you.